All right, class, what kind of syllables were we working on that end with a consonant? Excellent, closed syllables. All right, and in our closed syllables, what sound does the vowel say? Excellent. In the closed syllable, our vowel says its first sound. All right, let's do a few more closed syllable words. Now, these ones are going to have even more consonants, so they're really going to want to stick together. We've got to work hard and pull them apart. All right, our first word is stand. What's the word? Good, stand. Let's see. In the hall, we stand in a line. Stand. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word stand? Good. Our sounds are s, t, a, n, d. All right. Remember where to start your d. Go ahead and write the sounds in stand. Wait, let's say them one more time because there's a few more to keep track of. Good. S, t, a, n, d. All right, go ahead and write them and say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. S, t, a, n. And where does our d start? Good. Over a space just below the dotted line, touch 2 on the clock. All right, make sure yours looks like this. All right, class, what kind of a syllable is this? Excellent, it's a closed syllable. That means our vowel is saying which sound? Its first sound, very good. Do we have anything to mark? Nope, because this is saying its first sound. No 2-letter phonograms, no spelling rules. All right, so we'll just read our word, class. Good, stand. All right, our next word is spent. What's the word? Good, spent. I spent all my money on bunny toys. Spent. What sounds do you hear in the word spent? Good, our sounds are s, p, e, n, t. All right, go ahead and let's say the sounds one more time. S, p, e, n, t. All right, go ahead and write those sounds. Say them while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram. What is it? Good. S, p, e, n, t. All right, make sure yours looks like mine. What kind of syllable is this? Good, it's a closed syllable. All right, do we need to mark anything? All right, let's read it. Good, spent. All right, our next word is print. What's the word? Good, print. I will print the picture off the internet. Print. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word print? Good, our sounds are p, r, I, n, t. Go ahead and actually let's say the sounds one more time and then we'll say them while we write them. P, r, I, n, t. All right, say those sounds while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. R, I, n, t. All right, nice job, class. Make sure yours looks like this. What kind of syllable is this? Good, a closed syllable. We call it a closed syllable even though it's a whole word, just because our whole word is just one syllable. All right, is there anything to mark? Say no, there's no two-letter phonograms. The vowel saying its first sound, there's no spelling rules. Stop asking us, Mrs. No. All right, let's read it. Good, print. All right, the next word is frost. What's the word? Good, frost. In the morning, there was frost on my car. Frost. That's when it's been really cold and a little bit of the air, the moisture in the air kind of freezes on things outside. That is frost. All right, frost. Frost is also a homonym because it's also the verb for putting frosting on a cake or cookies or anything you would put frosting on. You could say, I will frost the cake later. All right, so frost. Either way, since it's a homonym, it's spelled the same way and sounds the same. All right, what sounds do we hear in the word frost? Good, our sounds are f, r, s, t. All right, one more time, say the sounds with me. F, r, s, t. Now say them while you write them. All right, class, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. R, s, t. All right, nice job. Class, make sure yours looks like mine. What kind of syllable is this? Right, it is a closed syllable. Do we need to mark anything? All right, we'll just read it. Good, frost. Our next word is clump. What's the word? Good, clump. There was a clump of dirt stuck to the roots of the weeds. Clump. All right, class, what sounds do you hear in the word clump? Good, our sounds are k, o, p. All right, and wait, which k are we going to use since I didn't tell you to use anything else? Good, k, s, remember that's our default. All right, one more time, what are our sounds in clump? K, o, p. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, put your finger under the first phonogram in that word. What is it? Good. K, o, m. All right, nice job, class. What kind of a syllable is this? Look and see what it ends with. What kind of syllable is this? Good, it's a closed syllable. Do I need to mark anything? No, and not just because it's a closed syllable, right? But because there's no two-letter phonograms or spelling rules. All right, because we could have a closed syllable that had a two-letter phonogram and we would need to mark it. It's just that this word doesn't have any two-letter phonograms. All right, let's read our word. All right, nice job, class. Well, gosh, we have some new closed syllable words. Let's go ahead and put them in our notebook. All right, class, here we are on page 9, our closed syllables section. Let's go ahead and add in the words we did today. All right, so we had mentioned earlier these little C's and V's at the top, those mean consonant and vowel. And so the words that we did in our first video today had two consonants at the beginning. And then, of course, they had to end with a consonant because it's a closed syllable. So let's go ahead and do those words. Which word did we have for our a, That was our first one we did. Good, drag. So go ahead and write it. Say the sounds while you write them. D, r, g. Again, if you have this column already filled in, you can go ahead and just do it again on your practice paper. All right, our next one, what do we have for our e, which is of course saying because it's a closed syllable. Good, step. Say the sounds while you write them. S, t, All right. What was our next word for our, which vowel? What are the sounds of this vowel? Good, it, I, E. It's saying it, of course, because it's a closed syllable. What was our word? Good, crib. Say the sounds while you write them. R, I, B. All right, for our o, what was our word that we had? Good, stop. This, of course, was saying its first sound because it was what kind of syllable? Good, a closed syllable. All right, say the sounds and stop while you write them. S, t, All right, and for our, what are the four sounds of this one? Good, u, u, All right, which word did we have that had just four letters in it for u, u, saying Good, drum. Go ahead and say the sounds while you write them. D, r, All right, so those are our ones where we had four letters, two consonants at the beginning, one after our vowel, of course. We also did some words that we can put over here. All right, so these ones, if we look at the top, it says CCV. That means, you might have noticed the words we just did, we had two consonants at the beginning and two at the end. That's why we had to be really strong to pull them all apart because we had two sticky things in each of our words. All right, our first one for what was that word? Good, stand. Go ahead and write it. Say the sounds while you write it. S, t, n, d. All right, what was for our E, what did we have? Good, spent. Say the sounds while you write them. S, n, t. All right. For our IE class, what did we have? Good, we had the word print. Say the sounds while you write them. And again, I hope you're not copying. I hope if you have your paper there to remind you of the words, I hope you're just looking at the word and then not looking at it while you're writing it, because that's going to help us more. Copying, we don't really learn when we do that. All right, we're going to skip the one for our ya, it, I, e. which would be saying, ooh, that's a good question. Which sound would this be saying if we had a word here in a closed syllable? It would be saying its first sound, but wait, it would be saying its first vowel sound. What's its first vowel sound? We can look at this word to help us if we're not sure. In this word, what's it saying? Good, I. All right, so if this is in a closed syllable and it's a vowel, it's going to be saying I. Words like this are really rare, and the one that I know uses a phonogram that is not one of our regular 72. So we'll skip this one for right now. All right, so o, oo. What's our 5-letter word that we have for that? Good, frost. Go ahead and write it. Say the sounds while you write them. R, s, t. All right, and our last one for our u, oo. What's our last word that we just did? Good, clump. All right, go ahead and write the sounds and say them while you write them. L, m, All right. Gosh, now we have all kinds of nice examples of different lengths of words that are what kind of syllables, class? Very good, closed syllables. All right, that means we can talk about some other things in our next video.